McDonald's have has a lot of data about their customers, and they have their own app, they have their website, etc. But if I came to McDonald's and buy just a burger and go out, they don't know me because I'm not a user of a digital area. But if I'm scan a burger, packaging of burger, and see how something comes to life, McDonald's can collect my data in this point. And after can retarget me and follow me on the social media and show me any content they want. So, and in this case, I can say that we close the gap between online and offline audiences from the different brands.
Today's guest is Anna Belova. Anna is the founder and former CEO of Devar. Anna, it's a pleasure to have you today. Please introduce yourself and the company and tell us what Devar does.
Hi. First, I want to tell you thank you for invitation. It's really a pleasure to be here today and share some thoughts and maybe insights. So we'll see. Shortly about me, I'm a repeatable founder. I launched different tech companies. First of all was Devar. We produced and created children books with augmented reality, and we sold more than 15 million copies worldwide, and now it's selling in 75 countries and 27 languages. Afterward, we launched a no-code platform, MyWebAR. Think like Canva, but for augmented reality. It means that anyone can create AR experience without technical skills. And now we are one of the leading WebXR platform, and we used a lot of marketers, designers, SMBs, and the corporates, including McDonald's, Meta, Google, and others. And recently, I launched a new AI B2B venture. It's called OpenWay AI. In the one-liner is a growth hacker for solo founders and SMBs.
Amazing. You sound like a very busy woman.
Yeah, so it's, I have time for pleasure, hiking, adventure, travel as well. Yeah, just I live my full life.
Definitely, definitely. Well, that's cool. So we'll get to talk about two ventures here, but first
Mhm.
let's dive into Devar because it's a unique concept. So I'm wondering, when did you discover the opportunity or identify a gap or the need? Like, what was that aha moment for you where you thought, I think I have something that I can build a company around. I think I have an offer. And what did that look like in building the company and then taking the solution to market?
It's interesting points. I think that augmented reality is a technology that underestimated in the market right now. And for my opinion, AR is a technology that can change a lot of things in our life. But first, I speak about the business, of course. It's only in consumer life as well, but mostly it's about business life. And this is really technology that can engage and boost how we interact with our customers, how we build loyalty to our brands, and how we can collect, for example, the data for our brands and using after in the ads and others. So, but AR has some bottleneck, and at first it's about how people understand what is the technology and what they can do with it. And when we launched MyWeb AR, our first goal was to explain to people that AR, it's not a thing that you can be scared. It's something amazing and really simple to interact. And this is why we're starting to create no-code platform that allows to again, so create any AR experience just only from scratch. And previously, AR was mostly for developers and programmers, but now you just can, I don't know, like use two buttons and you will have AR experience in your product. So was our first goal. And in this case, we had we have a really strong R&D and the programmers and engineering team. And one of our main challenge was how we can take all our technologies, how we can take all like difficult and complex stuff and pack it for interface when usual people like me, because I'm not a technical person, can create AR experience really using just 2, 3 buttons and hours. We did it. So I think was one of the main idea what we want to bring to the market. And this is why 70% of our users never used augmented reality before us. So I can say that we really extend the market and we bring augmented reality from different lives, different people.
Wow, that's huge. And
Yeah, thank you.
in terms of the use cases or the day-to-day uses for your customers, what does that look like?
It's a good question. So first, it's about marketing. When people have a brand, consumer brand, retail brand, I don't know, they'll launch some product and we want to interact with customers or consumers because sometimes it's a one word but different sense. So we bring augmented reality, for example, to packaging or covers, and usual people consumers can scan and see how something comes to life. They can see, I know, instruction or how we can use it or something helpful information. The interesting point when in this case, when consumers scan it, the business can collect the data, not personal data, but just like some digital data about their customers, and after can use it for retarget or for following on the social media campaigns. We call it digital marketing. And this is one of the biggest power of augmented reality for marketing and consumer market. Because I give an example. McDonald's have has a lot of data about their customers, and they have their own app, they have their website, etc. But if I came to McDonald's and buy just a burger and go out, they don't know me because I'm not a user of a digital area. But if I'm scan a burger, packaging of burger, and see how something comes to life, McDonald's can collect my data in this point. And after can retarget me and follow me on the social media and show me any content they want. So, and in this case, I can say that we close the gap between online and offline audiences from the different brands. So this is the first case. And of course, it's also a lot of funny marketing campaigns when you can bring attention to your brands. Just scan some beverage or scan some package from your toys or ours. The second case, I call it bring new value for product. For example, you are owner toy company or souvenir company, and you can sell just like physical item like souvenirs or magnets. But imagine that you can add augmented reality, just like a new layer of content. And when people scan it, we will have, I know, like more funny experiences or like small Disneyland if you discuss about children or something like that. It's about emotional experiences. And this is also a big power for augmented reality. And we had a lot of cases in our platform where people launched the new businesses for creating some augmented reality products because we understand that we can bring something new to their local market. And this is true inspiration. Third case, it has a lot of cases. I just bring some more myself. So the third case, of course, it's education because augmented reality is a technology that can show for children everything. Like, I don't know, what we have inside in a human body or what we have in the space. I mean, like, of course, we can see it from the pictures,
Mm.
but for education and for developing imagination, it's better when you can have like the dimensional object and you can interact with them or something like that. So, and we have a lot of students and schools and universities who used our platform because we wanted to bring immersive experience like in the learning process. And also we have a different industrial corporates who use augmented reality, for example, for instructions, for new equipment or new employees or hours. When we have something that really difficult to explain, we use AR to make it more easy and more understandable for new people.
Fascinating. When you were talking about education, I thought of a couple different use cases potentially. And then I remembered, I think when it comes to AR or augmented reality in general, I think a lot of people envision like having to wear goggles or like a big
Mhm.
headset. Is that the case with DevArt, or is everything on mobile? Like how does it work? If I want to scan, what do I scan, and how do I engage?
It's a good question. Yeah, a lot of people think that AR it's about headset, but I open the door and tell you that more people use augmented reality using mobile, just mobile phone or tablet. And when we created our products and after our platform, we understood that the usual people, I mean, like you go on the street and you ask, I don't know, someone who you will meet and ask them how you will use AR. The first question you will have like, what is it? And the second, can I use my phone? Because people still don't have headset in their homes. They have mobile phone. And this is a perfect way to use AR. The second magic is about people usually thought that they need to download like separate app or something like that. But now, and this is how we work our platform, you don't need to have app. You just need to open your browser or you need to just open the link. And it's really easy. You have just only one step between you and augmented reality experiences.
That's incredible. Yeah, I keep thinking about all of the different use cases that I could use it for, or that I think would fit into different marketplaces. So
Yeah.
we talked about McDonald's, probably one of the most recognizable brands in the world.
Mhm.
Huge retailer, quick service restaurant. And then we talked about education, completely
Mhm.
different spectrum of customer. So when it comes to trying to sell into each of these verticals and to tell a story, what did those sales processes look like? Like how did you get in the door with them? What was the story you told? Yeah, give us all the details.
Yeah, so it's a different stories, but we have someone common. Because our audience mostly creative, open-mind professionals who want to bring something new to their life. And in this case, doesn't matter who is it, like marketer, programmer, teacher, or just small business owner. You want to bring something new to your business and you are looking away how you can do it. It's like a first layer. Of course, it doesn't mean that we have the same talks with anyone. And of course, we build our explanation, what is augmented reality and what is it can bring to their life in the different cases, one of the marketing, the second from education. And just a quick example, in marketing, we mostly told about digital marketing and show that AR it's not only about wow effect, but it's also about what business can do with that and how business can interact for customers and other stuff. And for education, we showed how children reacted and wanted to learn more using AR. For example, when we started from the books for children, we had experiences how children color. I mean, like used coloring book. And modern children, it's not a secret, but it's true. We really don't like color, like usually just penciling or crayons. And we gave them a simple coloring page and say, when you finish, we'll give you a tablet and you can play. And we say, okay. Okay. And the first color was like really from scratch and pretty quickly. But when we gave them an iPad and they saw how their characters comes to life in the same color that we used, you can't imagine how carefully they used the next coloring pages. And this is about educational process, how you can bring attention, for example, your child to questions that really matter and show them what we can learn about world around us. And this is about how we can speak with modern children using the modern language of technologies and show them really true impact how we can Again, so learn more, educate, and self-expression and something like that. But it's totally different from marketing.
Hmm.
So, and we use different proposals and different goals from different audience, because education is one side and marketing ours. But honestly, mostly our audience come to us organically, because we had a strong preparation for it, and we uh, created our brand like a true no code. And I think it was one wonderful magic point.
That's great. So many brands struggle with driving like organic word of mouth and things
Yeah.
like that. So it's wonderful to hear that some brands and some leaders are able to capture that type of attention and convert it into
Yeah.
customers.
Yeah. I think the main magic is to understand who is your customer. I mean, like, I know it sounds like a buzzword, but if we will go deeply, how many people and marketers really ask what is the what people do in the usual life? I mean, like, for example, when we try and find our potential audience on a Facebook, I use not only buzzwords like we love technologies or adapters or something like that. I also ask myself, for example, do I like golf or tennis? Or what is the common patterns of behavior in the sport and the lifestyle? If you describe your audience like creative, open-minded people, it means that they not open just only for technologies, but also perhaps have really active lifestyle, and you can find a different tricks how you can reach them using something more but just only take attention just only from your, I don't know, tech side.
Interesting. Do you have an example of that?
Yeah, is just as I say, I try to understand how can I describe my audience more with just like early adopter for technologies, working in companies like I know like size more than 500 employees, creative professionals, his roles, and blah blah blah. I also try to understand what kind of lifestyle they have. I mean, like I know it sounds like some hypothesis, but it's. I didn't have any questions or any, I don't know, like asking them. I tried to understand if you are creative people, who you are, what you like. I mean, like, do you like maybe biking, bicycle, hiking, something like that? What is your interest? Because Facebook, if you discuss about Facebook, it's not only place when people work. It's mostly about friends, family, I mean, life habits. And if you want to reach your audience through Facebook, trying to understand what they do with that. I mean, like in the usual life. And maybe you will be lucky and you will find someone who who will really your potential audience. And the second, you need to bring his attention to your brand. In augmented reality, it's a little easy because we have a really strong visual content, and we can show a magic how you can take simple postcard or simple package of your, I don't know, like cookies, and you can see how some comes to life from the packaging, and you will ask, what is it? And we just make some hook for your attention, bring your attention, and after you will jump to our website. And so after like easy peasy, you will see how you sign up and you will try to do something. So step by step. But the main question is, I know it's a buzzword, but it's really matter. Who is your audience and what they love, not only on their work, but also on their usual life. It's surprising, but a lot of people don't think about it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think when people are thinking, I'm a business, I sell to other businesses, I should be using LinkedIn and
Yeah.
targeting people based on company, title, all of those
Yeah.
traditional criteria. So you've taken a very novel approach to targeting your customer because You're trying to understand who they are as a person out to your point, just like you said, who they are as a person, what they're interested in outside of work. Because you've identified the commonalities that your customers have. They're open-minded,
Mhm.
they're creative, like they like tech. And I think a lot of people think about that, but you're taking it a level deeper, like our customers tend to like hiking or they tend to like outdoor stuff. So that's super interesting. Is that something that you are still working on? Is that something that you still do today, or was that just part of like the initial marketing strategy?
No, no, we still use it.
Okay, okay. Very good. Very good. In terms of, and I want to spend a little bit more time on Devar, but
Hmm.
and so you founded the company, you were CEO for about 10
Hmm.
years, right?
Yeah.
So you've seen the
Oh
company
my God.
grow.
Yeah. I know. Okay. Thanks for calculation. Okay.
It's such a triumph.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as you think about growth, because you've seen the all of the phases that the company has gone through, and as you think about where you want the company to grow to, where do you want it to go in the next, year, 2 years? And how are you measuring growth? Is it customers? Is it employee
Hmm.
size, funding rounds, like revenue benchmarks? Like, how do you think about growth? How do you measure it?
It's a good question. So, in the modern world, I guess like 5 years ago, I think if you ask me, I'll say like employees, maybe. But in the today, I can say what really matters is customers and revenue. Because so regarding the funding, in Devar we are bootstrapped, and we previously raised just once, and it was mostly for our previous product like books. From a platform, it's a bootstrapped product, and it's continue grow and it's grow organically. So in this case, the main benchmark for me is customers, because this is the main power for business. Employees, it's a good point, but today, when a lot of functionality can be done with AI, I'm not sure that human people and human employees, sorry, it's a benchmark. It can be benchmark from a growing company, because we have a lot of AI features that we used internally, but we also have a lot of AI features that we implemented in our platform for our customers. And I can say that it's just like developing new habit. And I will not go from this river about AI now, but I think it's one of a moment when we can see a shift how people understand what they can really do and what kind of result we can get if we will use something new like AI from their work. In this case, I can say that we bring all our attention from two things. The first, how we can make AR process creation more easy and effective using new features on the product. But the second, how many customers we attract. So, and we find a balance about it. We don't care about hours. We just care about these two things.
Yeah, and being customer minded and customer focused, I think, is the right lens that I think a lot of
Mhm.
founders miss. Because if you're bringing on customers, that means you're doing a lot of other things right. Like
Yeah.
you have a solid and sound product. You have a good strategy to find these people, like you talked about, and then to bring them on. And then once you have customers, the revenue follows. And of course, revenue is highly important. You need it to run a business,
Mhm.
but if you think about it, revenue is kind of a lagging indicator of customer success. If you bring on good customers and you make them happy, the revenue will be there. So I think well, tell me if
I think
you disagree.
I think it's a balance, it's a balance because business it's so we first business it's not non-profit, right?
Mhm.
And we need to make revenue because we also have so because we just need it's our goal and purpose from every business. But of course, in every great company, and I think it's not only about us. I mean, like it's every great company, founders and team want to understand how we can make the life where consumers or customers better right now. And if you keep it in mind, you will build your product not just only to make it, like first iteration or just feature for features. You will keep in mind, and this is one of how I can say, I think it's one of the main thing in our corporate culture. We wanted to see how we can make our technologies really helpful for customers. And this is the main point. And afterward, of course, you will see impact in the revenue and more customers and hours. Again, so you started from a thing, what kind of balance can I find between helpful and reasonable? And when you find it, not if, when you find it, you will see a magic, how it's grow and how it's really impact to everything that you touch. Sometimes it's called product market fit, but I'm also sure that it's about balance your goals, your emotions. It's also important. Your passion, because emotion means passion in this case. And also about balance between product features and customer happiness. Yeah, I think maybe it's roof, but it's something like that.
Yeah, that's such a smart way of looking at it, I think. Well, let's shift a little bit with a couple questions around your next venture, Open Way.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about this, kind of what sparked this, and just at a high level, what it is.
It's a good question. So first, I cannot say right now everything that I want to say about OpenWay, but I can say so first. It was born like internal challenge because we're trying to find a solution how we can solve some interesting challenges in our internal work in DevR, in my WebAR. But when I start to discuss with different founders around me, I got from the 100 interviews, 100, yes, I wanted to do it in my business as well. Give me that. And I say, okay, it sounds like a perfect start for something new. And today we are building OpenWay like a growth hacker for solopreneurs. It means that we will care about full customer journey from the first touch from your website to closing deals. And we will hold all communication. I call it communication because communication, it's not only about how we speak or how we, I don't know, like have email communication, but our websites, it's also communication, but it's a visual communication. And we will hold and handle all communication process from the first touch your customers to your website to closing deals. Doesn't matter what you sell, like product or subscription or something like that. So this is what we are building. And it's also was born from my feeling like I'm not a founder. I'm starting to be like a secretary for my AI tools that I used every day in my life. Because yeah, you got it. You
Yeah.
see, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because every effective people, very smart people who wanted to use and who wanted to make their work more effectively, starting to use a lot of AI tools. And but in one day you will understand that not you manage your AI tools, but AI tools starting to managing you and control you because you like all your work is just take data from these and make for these and put on these and blah blah and see what is the process. And it's for me, it's starting to be like so annoying because I'm a founder. I wanted to make creative work. I wanted to keep my mind open for different ideas. And I want to use AI to boost my effective, but not making me like a secretary for AI tools. So,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it also was one of the reasons why we started to create OpenWay AI, because we understand when in different phases on your company, you need to run your business. You don't need to care about anything else. And we wanted to be helpful for you. And we're building AI that can run your business and make it in the best way. So
Amazing. I look forward to that because, yeah, to your point, when I'm starting to use more and more AI tools and trying to piece everything together is becoming, it seems like a bigger task than if I was to just do one thing by itself manually, knock it out and move on to the next. And there's also a lot of copying and pasting between things, and
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's becoming a lot of work. So I'm intrigued by Openway and
But
excited to
stay
learn
tuned.
more.
Stay tuned.
It
We will
will.
public have a public launch very soon, and of course, join.
I've already joined the wait list. Don't worry.
Okay, perfect.
Amazing. Anna, it's been a pleasure to have you. If anyone wants to reach out, learn more about you, about Devar, about Openway, how can they find you and how can they get in touch?
So the easy way, it's LinkedIn and Facebook. Surprisingly, I'm really open and see all messages. So it can be like a little late from my side, but I see everything and I will definitely reply. So, and yeah, it's a better way.
That's also fantastic. Not many people are as open as you on those platforms. So kudos.
I love to interact with people, and for me, it's just every conversation give you opportunity to learn something new.
That's
And
true.
and again, so we use AI today, so and we can make our process more simple and have more time for interactive people.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah,
Amazing. Well, Anna, thank you again. It's been an absolute pleasure having you.
likewise. I think it was interesting conversation, and hope your audience will enjoy. And I hope we also open a door for something new for them. So we'll see.
I think it will. Thank you again.
Thank you.